All right, gentlemen, it is 5:24 a.m. and you can see the vlog is rendering. Another really good one today. Did it a little bit longer, and now I'm going to go ahead and get into work on the main channel.
Here comes the money, 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 money,
Dollar, 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 dollar.
If you're new here and you're wondering what I actually do, I do one thing, which is make videos, and it's for myself and other people. So the kind of operation that I have going on is my main channel, where I talk about the strategies that other creators use in a documentary kind of investigation crime board style. I have my content agency where I make videos for other people and run that. It's a complete full stack done for you YouTube agency where we do the A to Z. And then I have these daily vlogs where I take you through my life doing so. And it all kind of revolves around this flywheel where I just get to massively improve my skill, because I come from a background of having run a business before. And the thing that I realized is if I want to go to where I know I want to go and know I'm going to get to, I have to develop much grander skill than I have when it comes to a specific actual field. So instead of just being a generalist and having to outsource everything to my team, I've spent the last 6 months, but specifically the last 3 months or so, going so heavy on just mastering the skill of video production myself. Everything you see across all my channels I guess on my main channel, I did have an editor for all the videos that are currently live, but as of right now, and all these videos you're watching are all done by me. And the reason why is because that development is just so powerful that I can get the quality to where I want it to be before I ever hire a team. And I think that understanding, given the line of business that I'm in, is the most important thing. And I also just love doing it. So, yeah. Good. You enjoyed Thanksgiving? Canadian. Not much. Yeah, I mean, well, I said I was the other both times. I didn't really do much. I had the leftovers is nice. Didn't have to worry about food, but gotcha. Okay, so simple solution to the second problem, which is as you do your profile glance, when you're scraping the lead, just make sure that they have a single piece of content that you could flip if needed. So this has been the biggest lesson that I have internalized probably in the last year, especially the last 3 months, and is especially true for people starting personal brands, starting anything, like really just successful entrepreneurs and people in general. But it's about the stories that we tell ourselves. So a lot of the time, I didn't know this until recently, but there's an entire profession whose job is to interpret data. Two people can look at the same set of data, and depending on life circumstances, come to two completely different conclusions about what is happening. From every other part of the world seems to be seeing the same rough set of data, yet coming to the exact opposite conclusion. I have consistently made the videos better and consistently put in more and more effort, and been increasingly excited to make those videos. The only reason why is because I'm telling myself a different story based off of, okay, I could have easily looked at my YouTube studio and told myself, hey, this is pathetic. Like, I think I could have uploaded a black screen on my main channel and got more views than this. In my mind, I'm like, okay, this is good. We don't need to worry because things are going well, but I understand what it's like being in that driver's seat because I've been in there, and I have things in my own life where I'm also in that driver's seat and I have to actively do this. That's why I shared the example of those videos. So the most important thing, and what I really wanted to, beyond all the tactics, talk about is just that. So I'm not a person, like I quite frankly, I'm against the idea of self-praise. Whenever I meet somebody, if they bring up the amount of money they make or any of these things, it's like I immediately am off put by it. And I've been that person and I've made all those mistakes. So it's just like natural phases, but that's the way I perceive things. That being said, one of the most important things to have maybe somebody else tell you, and then eventually be able to tell yourself this own narrative, is being able to see relative progress. Because you are taking the action that is going to lead to a result. And the only thing that I have to do is make sure I work with you in order to continue taking that action. Because I will be completely honest, I think anybody without a mentor, unless they have an extreme extrinsic motivation, like the world's going to end if they don't do it, is going to have a decreased input as a result of doubt creeping in. But yeah, that is like factoring in that those days will exist, accepting it and embracing it will allow you to, when it happens, not let it go any further than the day. A single day of not working is pretty inconsequential. It's even less consequential when you have a team, because now your actual manpower hours mean less. Like your 24 hours means less. So it's the rolling into the next day and the days after that where people lose. And there's this idea that I've always played around with for like 2 years now, where when something bad happens, I will like let myself hit rock bottom of sadness, and I will like actively encourage it as a way to bounce back up quicker. So if I'm in a bad mood, I will tell myself, like, all right, you want to be in a bad mood today, let's go all the way. We're gonna go for a long walk. I'll let myself listen to sad music, but there's a clear cutoff in my mind that like, hey, when I get back home or when I wake up tomorrow, I'm back to normal. Like imagine you're walking on a trail. You can spend one day walking away from the path, going diagonal, or spend one day walking back. It's not a big deal. If you turn around the next day and you keep going forward, it's not a big deal, right? It's when you turn backwards, you have one backwards day, and then you convince yourself you're on the wrong path. All right, guys, I'm done the meetings. I had one of my calls canceled. Actually, two of my calls canceled. Both actually the afternoon calls, which is actually quite nice for me because I wanted to show you guys the plan for the day or rest of the day. But I've been up since very early. And what that means is that we scroll all the way back to the calendar, which I keep every single day, 2 a.m. to 3:15 ramp up, did a good amount of work, and then I was planning to kind of work through to this period, but I know, and something I talk about all the time, do not go 100%. You have to leave it at 80%. If you go to 100%, you will not be able to perform the next day. So now what I want to do is I want to take a little break. I want to maybe take a nap. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to get off my devices or get off my computer. I'm going to go on my laptop and watch some YouTube. And then after that, I'm going to come back and reassess what my plan is for the rest of the day, because I know if I try and power through it right now, tomorrow is going to suck and I'm not even going to get quality work done. That stop sign back there, that's where I usually stop my run, but today we're going further because I got something to show you guys. All right, almost there, almost there. You can barely see I'm standing on, has the most beautiful nighttime view. Again, unmatched piece from the same place that I spoke about on Saturday. Just soaking it in, enjoying it, and yeah, just really beautiful. All right, gentlemen, it is 6:15 p.m. I woke up from a 3-hour nap from when you last saw me, and I immediately got it out for a run. And really, the things that I said on my meetings today were as much of a message for myself as they were the clients I told them to, because you know, it is a difficult one. Now, the story we tell ourselves, as you probably heard me say, is the most important thing we have. And every single time that I deal with something, like putting all the effort that I can into these videos and seeing it get 10 views, or not making good progress on the main channel video, having a client video not do well, whatever it is, the thing that I always tell myself and just have to always remember is whenever something bad happens, it's just adding to the story. It's just adding to the journey. It's just gonna make the win that much sweeter. And just continuously reminding myself of that as you just continue to bludgeon yourself into the ground, giving it your absolute all every single day is truly what I think makes for maximum progress. And for me, that's my dream life right now, is just to drive myself to that point and to fight these emotions and to win and to show up the next day, every single day. That's all I care about. And the most important thing that I control is that narrative in my head. I am constantly rewriting the way that I perceive things from a negative event, finding the positives, but then also just resetting my timelines and looking at things and realizing how absurd they are. And it's just that continued fight where, I'll be honest, it gets really tough sometimes, but I describe it to people as this bittersweet feeling. You feel the sting of the pain, but you feel that gratefulness. And it's something that when I changed the way I ask for things, it completely fixed this for me. I went from going, please, and I'd pray and I'd say, can I have these things and grant me these things? And what I changed it to was I asked for the inverse. I asked for the situation, the pain, the lesson to make me that person. And I asked to face that as quickly as possible. And then I asked for the strength, the focus, and the energy to fight through it. And looking at it like that, it makes you powerful. And I'm only getting started here. So stay tuned.